Lethargic Sloth here, and it's time to talk about Norway. Norway will be represented by Alexander Rybak with the song That's How You Write a Song. If I had to use one word to describe this song, it's going to be idea. The song is all about coming up with an idea and then believing in it, putting it into place, and letting it fly. And that's how you write a song. So, yeah, it's just about the simple idea that you don't really need a whole lot of anything to write a song. You just have to believe in what you're doing and let it fly. Let's get started here. We're going to set a rule, and that is that I'm not going to compare this song in any way, shape, or form to Alexander's 2009 entry. This is a different song in a different time period. So there's not going to be like, oh, this isn't fairy tale, because, well, we're not there anymore. That was 9 years ago. So that's not going to be brought into this. We're focusing only on this song. Now, the other thing is, I have a very personal bias here that I should at least reveal. I am a huge Alexander Rybak fan. I love his music. I'm going to post a link down below. I'll pin it in the comment section of the top 10 winners from 2008 to 2017, and you can just watch that if you want to see my regard for Alexander Rybak. I go into detail there, so check that out if you're interested. A lot of his songs I absolutely love. Roll with the Wind. Every time I'm getting ready to go back to Europe, my go-to song to get hyped for it is Europe Skies. I also like Leave Me Alone and Into a Fantasy. There are so many songs of his that I really enjoy. So, yeah, I have a little bias in that regard, so I'm letting you know up front. So let's get started. So what is there to like about this song? The song has high entertainment value. The introduction to the song is an instant hook and gives the song a very good first impression. It is a big intro, gets even bigger in the middle, and then finishes strong as well. And it's a very danceable tune. I love the violin solo. It's incredible. This song would rank much lower on my list without that aspect, but being Rybak, that's what you would expect with his musical style. Normally, I would think it's silly in the presentation to play air instruments, but it's really entertaining, and he really sells that part. I haven't seen many performers with the charisma that Alexander has on stage. He really knows his audience and knows how to impress people. His voice is strong, and he sings like he really believes what he's singing. So this is more of a gray area than a good thing or a negative. Having the name Rybak is a double-edged sword. For one, most people know who he is from 2009. He has quite a big name, so that helps. On the other hand, as a potential negative, some people may not want him to win because he's already won. I see that argument a lot, actually. It happens quite a bit. I personally don't feel that way. I think the best act should win no matter what the name is attached to it. So who knows if this is a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's a neutral or non-issue, but we'll see. I do recognize that this feeling will encourage or discourage some to vote for or against him, though. So what are some potential problems with the song? Some people may find the song annoying. I actually do find the song annoying after a while. Whether it's the lyrics or the hook, I get very annoyed when it gets stuck in my head. My first feeling when I heard this song was, well, that's a bit childish. That sounds like something I would like when I was a lot younger. That may work in his favor in televotes, because there will be families watching. He will need to do well with televotes. I don't suppose the jury will be too hard on him because this does have commercial potential to a degree, but I still can't see the jury falling in love with this either. In a year that doesn't have a lot of slow ballads, I think this song may be eaten up by some bigger songs. We have so many other songs in different styles and genres of music this year, I don't know how this one is going to manage to do against some of them. The song also has a bit of filler time. When you're saying things like boogie boogie woogie, you're cutting 20 seconds out of a song that can only be 3 minutes long. I understand it engages the audience to sing along. He's trying to encourage participation, but you can also see it from the perspective of pandering. I don't think that I even need to mention the song is repetitive. That part's pretty obvious, so we're not going to go too deep into that. I know the song is not supposed to be taken literally, it's just a fun little number, but I still can't help but thinking that if I followed Alexander's proposed advice, I would end up writing a really crappy song. Hell, I have written some very crappy songs in the past. I've written songs so bad that the shame kept me from writing for up to 5 years after that. And I believed in those songs when I wrote them. There's a big difference between writing a song and writing a good song. So yeah, if you want to write a song, follow this. Otherwise, don't. Because, well, your songs may end up being terrible. You might write a song about a platypus or something. This is a simple message in the song intended to be fun and not literally taken, but I had to go there. In the spirit, though, I understand what the song is trying to say. So what's my rating for this song? I had to really consider and think about this because I just feel so midline on the song. So it was basically between 4.55 or 5.5. I'm going to go with a 5.5 for now, with the ability to change it at a later date if I see fit, because I guess I like it more than I dislike it, but I haven't really decided how much yet. I like him, as I said, I'm a big fan of Alexander Rybak, but this song, I find it to be a little annoying, and I just can't get the feelings from this song as I can from a lot of the other songs. I think there's a lot songs with a lot better quality, and they're definitely more either energetic or heartfelt than this. I think this one is kind of empty noise, and I'm not trying to be rude with that. I just think it's a song that's just for fun, and that's really its only purpose. Like, it was written to write a song and for no other reason, or for Eurovision and no other reason. Yeah, if 5.5 is where I'm going to go with this right now, because I kind of like it, but it's pretty much as average of a song that I feel that I reviewed so far. So it's kind of a disappointment being a Rybak fan that to come and have to give it a 5.5, but I just can't get on board with this as much. I'm being completely honest when I say I expected more when I heard Rybak was entering into the Norway Melody Grand Prix, but this is what we got, and so this is what he gets. So is this song a contender or a pretender? I'm going to straight up call this song a contender just on the basis of Rybak himself. He's such an energetic and strong performer, really. He's got this charisma on stage that's just electrifying, and you may dislike this song a lot as a studio version, but you see it on the stage, you see him performing, and maybe it convinces you to vote for him. I certainly believe that helped Jacques Hudek last year from Croatia. We saw the studio version. I couldn't believe the amount of hate for that song. People did not enjoy that. But then you see it on stage and you realize how amazing that was. Now, Rybak doesn't have a voice that's going to really change your mind so much, because if you like his voice, you will, and if you don't, you don't. Jacques Hudek could light it up live like none other. But I make the comparison because with the performance that he can give, that's going to be what's changing because of his persona. And a lot of families might enjoy this that are listening, or people that haven't heard it before. it's a contender, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that. The main reason I say that is because the name behind it. Is his name big enough that he's still gonna have an advantage with that? I don't know. It might be more of a nostalgia act for some people, but I'm going to say it's a contender. I think Norway has a shot to win. I can definitely see this qualifying. You know, I'm not seeing it as a front runner, but yeah, I think this will be taking part at finals night. Norway has been a country that I've really enjoyed at Eurovision. A Monster Like Me in 2015 was an absolute masterpiece. It was one of my favorite songs of the year. If I was giving it a ranking, it would be a 10 out of 10. It's just incredible. It's still one of the songs that I love and listen to. 2016, another song that I love. This was actually in my top 3. I never understood why people didn't love this. Agnet with Icebreaker. I can understand because it sounds different why you might not enjoy it, but I was heartbroken that this failed to qualify, and it didn't fail to qualify by a little margin. It failed to qualify by a lot. It got 13th in its semifinal. So 2017 brought us JOWST, and JOWST was the act Grab the Moment. I was lukewarm on it at first, and then I really grew to love it. And it was in my top 20. I really like it. So Norway has always been one of those countries that I love, and this year I don't love it as much, but I definitely respect and love the entertainer in Alexander Rybak, and I'm rooting for him to do well. So I hope maybe that his performance can convince me a little more. I'm not a huge fan of the song, but I don't hate it. I certainly don't hate it as much as a lot of the other people out there. So yeah, Norway, I think you're in good hands, and you have an amazing artist there. That's for sure. That's undeniable. So Norway, good luck. Thank you for watching my review of Norway at Eurovision 2018. Yeah, we're getting closer, aren't we? We still got a month and a half until Eurovision. I've got a lot planned. I'm doing a knockout game for all the countries, and right now I'm building the brackets for semifinal 1 and semifinal 2, so get ready to look for those. Please like and subscribe if you want to partake, and you can partake without subscribing if you'd like. Just come back and check on this channel, and I'll have those up soon. And pretty soon I'll be getting into my top 43, my final, in which I will discuss in long length why my list is the way it is. I'll go through each song, and yeah, it's going to be about an hour-long video. I only do it once a year, but it is one of pardon me. It is one of my favorite videos to make because it's just fun and laid back. So for now, Lethargic Sloth out.